This is our very first tutorial on how to make a play suit, and it came out pretty nice. This design, the color, everything, it has side pocket. It is a very flattery play suit, and it is something that would be worth your time. If this is something that will really interest you, please keep on watching. You are welcome to Sew Junkies. On today's tutorial, we're going to be needing your basic bodies for both front and back. Here I'm just going to do some alterations to the basic bodies, and the first thing I want to do is to alter the back. I'm measuring from that bottom to about 4 inches up, and then on the zip allowance side I'm measuring 3.5. So 4 inches on the side and 3.5, 4 inches on the side and 3 inches on the zip side. So you got that. That's for the back bodies. Then for the front bodies, I'm just going to measure out the exact same thing at that front. I'm just going to mark that point out. So I'm just cutting out the front bodies and separating it from the back bodies. So just do what I am doing. If you do not know how to make a basic bodies, we already have it on our channel. Please just go through our channel and check. You something that would really be helpful to you. So I'm just cutting out the back. I've cut out the back and set the other piece aside. So the next thing now, I'm just slashing through that armhole, that, and I'm covering the side that, so I can take the armhole, so I can have the dart from the side to the armhole. Here I'm just fitting the dart measurement. We've done this like many times on our channel, so please, you can go over some of our videos and watch those parts out. So I'm just covering that side, that covering it, and then transferring that side that to the armhole, thereby helping us create a princess dart. It is just that easy. If you've been hearing princess dart, this like the basic way to create a basic princess dart. So the next thing I'm just doing, I'm cutting out that leg at that waistline. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to alter the shoulder. It is an altered shoulder dress. The play suit rather is altered. We reduced the width of the shoulder. So what I did was to measure 2.5 from the neckline. I used 2.5. At that point, I just marked 1 inch because I added 1 inch allowance. I don't want my curve to get into my seam allowance, so I just marked it out, and that is what I have. So just do the same for your project. If you added 2 inches, mark out 2 inches and then allow the curve to flow. So you can see what we've done here. I just want to tighten the armhole. I just tighten it with about a 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. That's what I did for both sides, 1/4 of an inch, and I'm just going to cut that out because I don't want any gaping at the side, so that when the model wears it, it just fits perfectly. That's what that is for. And now I'm just labeling my pattern. I'm labeling it that this part is on fold. This is one part, the second part of the two sides, and that's the back bodies. You can see that very big gigantic pattern has become pieces in this puzzle. So the next thing is I came back to the altered back pattern, and I just want to have a strap, measure out the strap for the back. The back does just have a little bit of a cutting at the back, and then a strap. So this is the strap I'm just cutting out. This way I don't need to worry if it will fit, because it will definitely fit because I'm using the pattern for it. So I'm just marking it out. That arrow is to show you that that's the armhole side, so that you don't get to flip sides, but there's a slant at the shoulder. That will definitely help a great deal. So I'm just showing you how I'm laying down the pattern. So we are done with the pattern for the upper part of our play suit. Basically, we did pattern for just this upper part. Then the down part, we are just going to do a free hand for that. So please, if you've watched this far, you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please give us a like. It's really fun for us to create these things. So what I'm doing now is I'm calculating the waist circumference. 30 divided by the 6.28. 6.28 is the radius of a circle. So I got about 4.78, and I approximated it to 5 inches. So that the approximation will just help me get my zip allowance, and that's what I just did. So you mark out your waist circumference, which is what I'm doing here, and from that waist circumference you mark out your length, the length of your play suit, plus about 1 inch. So that's what I'm doing. You just mark it round. This is basically the first thing you are going to do for this. And then the next thing is I'm marking out where the waist measurement is. Don't forget, you are working with a circle, you have to follow the curve. So I mark out 8 inches, and then the crotch area I used 11 or about 12 inches, and then I just marked out a 3 inches from that point. So I'm just joining the point and having my curve to create that crotch curve for the front. Don't forget, this cloth is folded into 4 to get a full circle. The next thing, I'm going up by about 1.5 inch. When you are making trousers, you always go up because of the roundness of your body, the fullness of your butt. So I went up by 2 inches, and then I just connected it to the side of the pattern. Then what I did is to be sure that, after going up, it's a circle, it will definitely reduce the roundness. So I had to make sure my calculations were correct, because it will be such a shame that after going through all these lengths to get our play suit and it doesn't fit. So that's what I did. Don't forget, this part, right here is for the back and the front. The cloth, this play suit is a full circle play suit. If you want a more detailed tutorial of how to make this as a short, just let us know in the comment section. Your wishes are our command. Well, as long as you enjoy our content, we'll keep creating what you love. As long as you learn, you practice what you are learning, and you really appreciate it, it will go a long way for us. So please, that's what I did. I've cut out the front part, I've cut out the back part, and then I'm just done with the cutting of the play suit. Wasn't it easy? For me, it was quite easy, and I think to a large extent this is like my first major tryout on this, and it came out perfectly well. This came out very well. It was a tutorial that I enjoyed so much. Now I'm just going to cut out my pattern pieces. Each of the pattern pieces, I'm just going to place them on the fabric. I folded into 4 because I want to use the fabric to line the clothes. I'll be using the fabric itself to also line the entire outlook. So whatever I am cutting for the main piece, I'm also cutting it as a lining, meaning I'm cutting each piece in 4s. Do you understand? I'm cutting by 4 instead of by 2, because the fabric is also going to act as a lining. So I guess you gotten that, just cut out all your pieces in four. And for the one that is on fold, which is the center front, the one that has the center front, just cut it in two, whereas the other pieces is just going to be folded in four. I trust you will do the right thing. Here I'm just notching out the dart. I'm notching out the dart so that there is no mix up in our work. I'm just marking out the dart. So I'm done. You can see I'm done. I added allowance at places, sewing allowance at places where necessary, and we also added our pocket. So the next thing now is I'm just going over to the sewing machine to join all my pieces together. You can join all the pieces as one, or you can join all the pieces of the front together, set aside, join all the pieces of the back together, and also set aside. So it's your preference. If you don't want that side seam to show, you can just join all the pieces together. If you are making it for a ready to wear, I would advise that you join all the pieces together as one, then all the lining piece together as one, and then you use your lining piece to sew. So please, if you have come this far, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, please. And if you have subscribed, put on your notification bell so you are among those who will get notified immediately after our upload. So the next thing I'm just sewing. I've sewn the main piece, I'm sewing the lining piece. You see, it's just a straightforward tutorial, as long as you're careful enough to watch and listen to the instructions given while you are doing your practice. I'm sure you are going to get it even on the first try. So try it out and let us know in the comment section if you encountered any difficulty in this tutorial. I will be so glad to provide you with possible solution or solutions to whichever question you ask. So here I'm just joining the front with the lining. I'm sewing the front and the front and the lining. I'm sewing them together. I just sewed the neck. The next thing I did was to notch the neckline. If you are sewing any curved area, do yourself a great deal of help by always notching your rounded area. So I just notched the rounded area, and then I'm doing a top stitching so that the lining will stay in place even when it is worn. So that's just what I did. This is a beginner, it's a beginner friendly. Even I say so myself. If you're already sewing and you just follow the instructions in this tutorial, you get it even on first try. But if you don't, like I said, don't be ashamed, don't be shy. Go to the comment section, drop your concerns, and then I will attend to it as soon as I can. So that's just what I'm doing. I'm sewing it down. I've done the sewing, I've sewn the side, I have added the strap. Don't forget, like when I wanted to start this project, when I got to the sewing machine, the first thing I did was to sew the strap. I sewed it, flipped it, and ironed it so it was ready before I started joining the front, because I'm going to be I just had to insert it into the front bodice. You see what I'm doing? I inserted that long strap into the front bodice, and now I'm sewing down the armhole. So it is just that simple. It is very, very simple. This is so junkies. We are a tutorial channel that teaches DIY and things relatively easy for you to make. We are helping women, men all across the globe make clothes for themselves. So please, if you haven't subscribed, do well to subscribe, and if you haven't liked, please give us a like, because this your play suit is going to come out fire. Make it in your best color and see how you glow this December. You're just going to be changing clothes upon clothes, and people are just like, when did she start sewing? Yeah, she sews so well. Tell them it is Sew Junkies on YouTube. So that's just what I'm doing. I'm just basically sewing everything. I'm just sewing everything down. Then once I'm done, I go over to the pressing table and iron the clothes out. I'll just press the clothes out and then I'll continue sewing. So try as much as possible to press as you go. Always press your clothes. It had so much aesthetics to the entire look of your work. Okay, my people. So that's basically what I'm doing. The next thing I'm doing now is to add pocket to the bottom part, to the short part of the play suit. I'm just adding pocket. You can see I'm adding pocket. To the side. I'm adding pocket to the side of the play suit. Just add pocket. I joined the front at the crotch area, and the back I joined it halfway because there's going to be an invisible zipper at the back, and then I just added the pocket. So I added pocket, weaved it, and joined the down part of the play suit to the upper part of the play suit. That is the short part of the play suit to the bodice part of the play suit. I know you are smart. You're super smart. You get what I'm trying to explain. That's just what I did here. I notched the middle point, matched it with the middle point of the short, and then to get my play suit, I just sewed them together. And voila, play suit in front is ready. The front part of the play suit is almost ready. So the next thing, this exact thing, is also what you do for the back. And for the back, you can see that we also need to insert that long strap into the back too. And the point where I marked for the insertion was that part. It was that side of the back bodies that I inserted the strap. So that's just what I did. I'm taking that's the front bodies. I'm taking that to the sewing ironing table to iron, to press it very well. So here I am working on the back bodies. I'm just sewing down all the dart notches. Don't forget, you now like have 4 darts. So I'm done sewing the dart down. So people, how is it going? How is the tutorial going? If you find it very interesting, please don't forget to drop a comment. Let us know. So you see, I inserted the long strap into it, and as you can see, it came out very well. You take it to the ironing table once you are done sewing and press. So by the time you are done with that, you also had the down part of your play suit. You add it to it, and just like you did for the front. So you're not going to have any problem doing that. So by the time you're done with that, you take it to the weaving machine, weave all the rough edges, then sew it down by the side, and then you weave the down part of the short. Like, you join every part. So if this is your first time on this channel, we usually drop our video every Wednesdays and Fridays. Then we have shorts and we have other exciting videos on this channel. So please subscribe, be part of our community, and we'll be really glad to have you. So that's just what is up here. We're just joining the short to the upper part, the bodies at the back. We're just doing the back the waist joining for the back. So here I've taken it to the weaving machine, I've weaved every part, and I've joined the side, I've joined the crotch area. And what I'm just doing now is I'm sewing the hem, I'm sewing down the hem of the short. So if you have enough fabric, you can fold multiple times, you can fold twice, but I just weave and I'm folding once. I'm just sewing it down once. So the play suit is as good as ready. It was really interesting. Add your zipper. If you don't know how to add a zipper to your look and you would like me to teach you, please indicate in the comment section so that we'll know how to bring that about. So now I'm done with the play suit. I'm done making the play suit. I've added the zip, I've joined the side, I've sewed down the hem. I'm just pressing. Like you have lights, please press your work. When you actually bring it out, you see that yes, there's really a difference in your work, in your pressed project and in the one that you did not press. So please press your work. I'm just giving it that final press. I'm using my steam iron to give it that final touch, any part that you think is still not properly stretched out. That's just what I'm doing. I'm just stretching it out. I'm just ironing properly. Please, if you haven't subscribed, you will be missing a lot if you don't subscribe. Really, for the past months, we've just been giving you back to back upload for your learning pleasure. So this will not be different. We'll keep getting better, improving the quality of our videos and the quality of our tutorials. So please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And if you haven't liked, give us a like, comment, let us hear your thoughts. So we are done with this play suit. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. This is something that you can definitely wear out on a girls' night out, on a date night, with stiletto, with trainers. It will come out so well. You will look very fly. And Gen Z body, you're on the roll call. So please, thank you for watching this far. We'll see you again on our next tutorial that is going to be dropping on Friday. Thank you so much. We love you. Bye bye. Yes, I know I had already said bye, but just look at now. Look at this is too gorgeous. Please don't miss the opportunity to make one for yourself. This is too pretty. Even on a dummy, is this pretty? Check it now. Thanks again for watching. Really. See you on Friday. Bye.